Hey everyone. Apologize for being late. I was kind of myself and let myself take a nap this afternoon. Yes, I finished trivia this morning and then I went and picked blueberries, did a little this, did a little that, paid some bills, finished my grocery shopping list, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Let me get out of here and go to today's topic. Today's topic is new beginnings, which you know, a lot of us don't like change, and that's understandable. Usually there's like trauma involved in all that. So, but what I've found is new beginnings and change is often very good. She has positive things. I think I wrote in the comments that, change, in my opinion, for me, has, I don't know, made me stronger, made me grateful, taught me the important lessons, and gave me more empathy towards others and situations. So, let's do this. My hair's still wet because I woke up from my shower. I had to take a nap. And when I woke up from my nap, I had to take a shower. See, I'm still half asleep. Chris came home. We had soup last night. He put that on, warmed it up, and he's like, "It's ready if you want to eat before you shower." So I did. So usually I try to shower before he comes home and we have dinner. But I was a tired girl. It was hot out there. It was like a sauna. And I probably need to hydrate. I had my coffee. I may have had a glass of water, but then I came in. I had an old can of bubbly. And that's soda. It's like just a plain soda. And I just put some watermelon electrolyte mix in there from Walmart. I went and took a nap after washing blueberries. We got another 3 pounds today. It's crazy. That's what we average every time we go out and pick. So I think the birds have finally discovered them. They're enjoying them. And yeah, so that's what's going on there. But my trip to Florida was delayed. So I'm going to go sometime next week. I'm not sure when. But, and then Susanna Banana will be here and we'll be doing adventures. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to do, I want to take her to a lot of different little towns around and get a feel for Georgia and see how she likes it. So that's what we're going to try and do. Oh, I also finished my guest room since she'll be here long term, kind of for a month or so. I don't know how long she'll be here. But since she'll be here a while, I wanted to make sure I got that room in better shape. The only thing we have to do now is, I think, pretty much just hang pictures. And if you've been following, you know that that guest room has been like a 2-year project. I'm trying to think when we finally got all that termite damage cleaned up. 2 years ago? I can't remember. It's been a while now. But look, it looks good. It's come together nicely. So I bought some furniture this weekend for in there. I bought a little credenza and at an estate sale. And it's amazing. So it was, one of those kind of classic credenza, and then it has the legs that kind of come down and then bow out just a little bit. Anyway, it was one of those kind of old credenzas with like the kind of little federal kind of handle on it. Which I may change that out. I don't know. But I bought that, and the guy told me, he said, now, if that was last year, he said it would have been like $200. I mean, I'm sorry, 350 for that credenza. But he said nobody wants the old classical furniture anymore, which is crazy to me. So they sold it to me for like 130, and then I got 25% off of that. It was a crazy good price. Chris just came in from picking blackberries. I hope he's okay. Hope he didn't get stung by anything. But but yeah, I was crazy. I haven't been to an estate sale in a long time, but I like them. And because you're my friends, I'll tell you, if you ever want to look for good furniture or deals or anything, cars even, look on estatesales.net. And what I like about estatesales.net is they do previews of, they'll do photos of things that are in the house. So it's really helpful. That's where I have 4 black rocking chairs on my front patio, and I got those from looking at estatesales.net. I saw this house had 5 black chairs. I got there early in the morning, and they kind of did like a lottery. They handed out numbers to everybody. And I don't even know how they handed out numbers. I think it was kind of honor system. We went by who was standing there first. And then they let us in like only so many at a time. And then someone would leave, someone would get to go in. And I went straight to the guy. I'm like, I'm buying those chairs. He sold them to me. And then, like, right as I was talking to him, like 3 other people came. They wanted the chairs as well. But I had already bought them. And I got those for like half the price that they would normally be. Hmm. So I love estate sales. I love estate sales. So yeah, right now, classic dark furniture. They said everybody's wanting the light furniture, but I noticed on Craigslist that even mid-century modern furniture is about half the price it was 4 years ago, maybe. So yeah, that's definitely the place to get really good deals. And every day, usually the way estate sales work is every day like I got 25% off on the sale because it was a day after the first sale. First sale, nothing is on sale. And that gives all the collectors time to come in, get their stuff, get out of there. And then they go, depending on how many days it's going to be there. Some estate sales are only one day, so uh, some will be one day and then extend if they didn't sell a lot. You just never know. So, but I've gotten some really good deals on furniture the very last day, especially the heavy furniture. Nobody wants to move around. Hey, Brook Trout, how's it going? How's your week been? I'm just up here babbling, waiting on people to come in. Yeah. So yeah, I'm finally glad to get that room done. And then I had at the same time, I had the termite repair done. I have a bathroom cabinet that needed to be repainted. It was the kids' bathroom. So actually this side, I don't know if they had a cat that they had left in there or something, but the side of the cabinet was all messed up. So I had them put just plywood over it because you can't tell. So I put plywood over it, primed it, painted it, and then I update. It also had the federal like handles on the cabinets. Uh, so I got rid of those and I got some modern uh, drawer pulls and stuff. Work late every day. No major wounds. That is good. That is very good. What were those chickens squawking about? They didn't like you working by their coop or what? What was that about? They were just cackling like crazy. cackling hens. I just noticed my hair is looking redder these days. It's also looking greasy, but it's not greasy, folks. It's just wet. I know I'm getting sun when it starts turning red. Well, did you empty the egg boxes, the nesting boxes? Um, so I was saying earlier, my trip to Florida is delayed. I'm gonna head down one day next week. I'm not sure when. So, and then I forgot she was wanting to go to a beach somewhere, but I don't want to go south. I want to go. If I do anything, I'd rather go east than south. I don't know. I told her we need to go to Jupiter. We can stay at the Jupiter Beach Club or Colony, whatever it's called, for like a day. Just hang out on the beach. I guess it'd have to be almost like 2 days to really enjoy ourselves. Brooding hen. Wow. Wow. So you just let her brood on, huh? I've seen how to break broody hens. It's interesting. It is very interesting. So, a guy I'm really kind of hooked on now is that what is it now? Guy, I don't have you seen any of his shorts, Brooke? Was it black chicken coop something? Boy duck and he's naughty. Do you eat duck eggs? Mm, his name is uh, oh yeah, okay. So my new joy in life is farming while beige. If you haven't seen he raises chickens, and he's it's really part of a company, but he's the face of the company, kind of on social media. Oh yeah, they are richer than chicken eggs for sure. But have you seen him, Brooke? He's pretty dang funny, and he's very, very, very smart. He's a very smart dude. But he gets some flack because they sell their chickens right now for $21 each. They are they are pasture raised, rotating. I think he moves the tractor every 2 hours or something. It's something crazy. I think you'd like him, Brook Trout. He's entertaining. He's funny. He breaks down a lot of myths or BS shorts that aren't 100% correct. Um, and he talks about raising chickens. But right now, he's up in Virginia. His chickens right now are $21, but their business plan is to reduce it to a more affordable $11 each. That is the goal for his company. So, where a lot of companies want to make huge profit, they're looking at lowering their prices actually. It's called farming while beige. Told you he had a good sense of humor. But it comes up as he's a first generation farmer. up in Virginia. Apparently, him and Joe Salatin had some words. He does homestead realities. And that's his big thing, like the financial cost and being a first generation farmer. Um, homestead realities, animal husbandry, and myth busting. It's kind of what he does. Bearded dragon. How many animals do you have, Brooke? You have a menagerie over there. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I know one of my friends cooked a goose for holiday once for Christmas. Wow. Are you gonna start getting geese? Are you gonna get geese? They're the white geese, right? Oh, there's Clowny back there. Where is he? He's right there. So somebody came into my comments and said Clowny has been arrested. Has anyone heard this? I've not heard that Clowny got arrested. I haven't looked in his local county and city jail, nothing. And I mean, I didn't hear of any like murders or anything like that. So I think he didn't do anything. I don't think he's in jail. Unless he got upset again because the liquor store didn't open at 10 o'clock promptly. A cat, a dog, a rabbit, two bearded drakes, seven chickens for eggs, three ducks, two hens, and a male. I have seven meat birds in the freezer. Yum. Holy moly. That's a lot. That's a lot of commitment. It's the only thing with animals. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of commitment. Hell, I had dogs here for a day. Ended up cleaning up vomit. I still have nose prints on the window. I need to clean my windows inside now. That's going to be a whole nother chore that I have not tackled yet. I haven't even tackled the front. I have pretty much cleaned off the house in the back, but I need to do the front. I don't hang out in the front, so I really don't care about it usually. I don't care what everybody else sees, as long as my area looks good. Currently empty, might get a few quail. Hey, pause and play Nola. You know what? You have grown on me. Because I'll admit, I checked you out some months ago, and I was like, I don't know what I watched though. I don't know if I was watching your shorts or maybe I just didn't get into a long. But your longs are always interesting. I always learn something from you when you're on your bike working out. I always learn something, which I appreciate. So thank you. And you're just interesting. You're introspective, which is something I'm not. And I admire that in people. And sometimes I don't know why I'm not introspective. Maybe it's just always been like my life was so chaotic in my childhood and there was no time to think. You just acted. You just do whatever it took to survive. So yeah, I think maybe why I'm not so introspective, you know. And but what was funny is today I'm out picking blueberries after I'd put you on to let your video play. I'm out picking blueberries and I'm thinking of all these like similarities to gardening and life. And then I just started laughing at myself because then I started sounding like I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Bean there with um, uh, Shirley MacLaine and Peter Sellers were in it. And it's a dang funny movie, but all I could think about was Chauncey Gardner, the character in that movie. When I'm sitting there trying to think of metaphors or whatever, gardening life. But now I've learned bicycle editing etiquette from you, like as a driver. And I am that driver that will hang out behind a cyclist. I'm sorry. Also, when there's a no passing lane, like a double yellow line, I kind of freak out. And the reason being, I'll tell you why. We were going to Dr. Martin Luther King Center, and there were these cyclists in front of us. My dad was driving, and one of the cyclists must have hit a rock just the right way on the thin tires. You know how it is? And he just right in front of us. He was out. If my dad hadn't been pausing behind those cyclists, that guy would have been dead. We would have had a totally different day. Totally different day. So that I'm that driver that drives you nuts. So, and I don't honk at people. I'm not a honker at all. I'm very cautious and respectful. So I like to give a wide breadth of space between me and a cyclist because I know how it is after watching that one. Now, the other reason like watching you too is I loved cycling as a child. Growing up in Florida, I was all over Orlando area, Winter Park on my bicycle. I mean, I would go miles and miles and miles. I went on a fancy bike like you had. It was like on an old lady cruiser bike. They call them cruisers now. But back then when I was a kid, they were old lady bikes. If I'd had a 10 speed, hell, I probably would have gone to the beach from Orlando. But what's the name again? The name of the movie is Being There with it's a good movie, and it's also, I don't know, it's funny, interesting. It's not Pink Panther funny. It's quirky, kind of intellectually funny. Yeah, I'm definitely a butt watcher. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, now though, you were talking about cars and how the idea of a car was supposed to be freedom. Now, I'm one of those who I'm a homebody. Like my car is a 2019, and it has about 45,000 miles on it, and 45,000, probably I would say 4,000 of those miles are road trip miles. The first week we bought it, we ended up driving. I drove down to Key West from Atlanta, and then we zigzag all over Florida. And then we would go down to Florida almost every winter. And then this last summer, we went all the way up to the Upper Peninsula. So, and then I would go down to Florida. We would go down to Florida at least twice a year. So, kind of like Central Florida, Tampa, Port St. Lucie on the other coast. A lot of zigzagging. Yeah, I do like that. And you have cute dogs and you cook well and you can dice an onion like a champ. I miss some things about Florida. I miss water, you know, I miss being close to decent bodies of water. And I was an avid swimmer as a child too. And but I will say Georgia has more opportunity. I like the vibe here in Georgia better. I like the diversity here in Georgia, and the diversity of not just the schools or whatever. I like the diversity of the neighborhoods. I love the diversity of the neighborhoods. So, and again, like opportunity, cost of living used to be good. It's not so much anymore. We do have beaches, Savannah, Tybee Island, Brunswick, all that, St. Simon's Island, you know, yeah. And we were one of the original 13 colonies, which is interesting. So there's a lot of history there. I'm not so much into Civil War history unless you're talking about the northern side. How did I get started on YouTube? COVID. I started trivia. I started doing not music trivia, but just trivia. And it was during COVID, and I felt like I was getting dumb as a rock. I was kind of hanging out on YouTube a lot because we got rid of cable probably about 20 years ago. So I've been on YouTube for decades. And then, so COVID, I started a trivia channel, and then there's probably still video out there on that. And then I quit when things settled down a bit. And then there were some circles I hung out in. And then I met this girl, Bimbo Barbarella. Oh my gosh. She was the best entertainer. She was like the Johnny Carson of YouTube. Always so entertaining. And she would play music, and it was her music, and she didn't care that it sounded bad, but she was a good lyricist, you know. But I was watching her show one night as a newbie, and she was talking about the song Ram Jam, the song by Ram Jam, Black Betty. And I was like, oh, it's a Howlin' Wolf song. She's like, oh, you got to come up here. Come up here. So I went up live with her, and then she's like, do you want to do a music show with me? So I did a music show with her every week until she passed away. So, and then just through doing the show with her, I got comfortable. I'm uncomfortable doing a show like by myself, but I would have her come on, or Mark Kropka, Pirate Radio. He's a musician, or Mrs. Hopkins, 73. She's out in Arizona, and she would come on. And they were part of our College of Rock Knowledge, which turned out to be the music show we did. My husband ended up doing that show. He didn't do my shows, no, but he did all of Bimbo's shows. When she asked him, she's like, just ask Chris if he wants to go. Because he was a big Rush fan, and we were covering Rush one week. But we would take a band every week, and every other week, because what we would do, we would listen to all of their music, every single album they ever did. Well, we did, but Mark Kropka didn't. He was a busy man. And then we would kind of review the music and do our top 10, and we would talk about it. So, thanks, Brooke. I'm glad you found me too. But I don't know. Bimbo she was on another level. She had some crazy stories, like her stepping in vomit story. It'll always be a classic. Yeah, it was. But you know what? She was probably okay. So I'm going to go pick up my friend Suzanne. So her husband just passed. I went down. She called me. Susanna Banana was friends with Bimbo. they were neighbors and they met. They had been friends for a long time. So I met Suzanne through Bimbo. Well, Bimbo passed away, and Suzanne's husband this February got ill. And she contacted me. She said, "Can you come and help me, please?" So I went there and she said, and we had, at that time, Suzanne and I had only met like 3 times, if that, barely 3 times. And the third time was kind of quick in and out, see the new house and leave. And, but when she called me, I went, no questions asked. Yeah, Bimbo Barbarella music program, I think is what it is. But Suzanne, when she called me, I'm like, yeah, it's got to be bad. So I went down there and I mainly cooked and ran errands while she stayed at home and taking care of her husband. But I cooked meals for him and us. A lot of times I'd cook meals for him, and I cooked a lot of food and froze it so she didn't have to worry about cooking for him. Because I know how it is when you're in that caregiving mode. You tend to just like eat, grab, and you're doing something. So she was in that mode. I was cooking and freezing stuff for him. Oh, thanks. I don't know about that. So then he passed away in March, and then she asked me to come in April. So I went in April, and then I'm going to go down and pick her up next week, and she's going to come here. She may move up here. So we become very, very close. So, and I'm happy. I'm happy. So, but but again, like you were talking about, pause, you were talking about like being there for people, and that's what you have to do. Because when I was going through with my dad, nobody was there for me. Um, Everybody had their life, but when he died, like people came immediately. Like my friends left their jobs, and that meant a lot to me. But I know everybody's got to work, everybody's trying to survive. It's tough. So, because no one was there for me, I knew I needed to be there for other people. And so, kind of like you said, don't give up, don't miss those opportunities when people need you. So, anyway, so let's get started with trivia. Let's move on to something new beginnings, right? So, this is what I said. I said that in my description of today's show, new beginnings um, could be a lot of things. It could be a new relationship. It could be getting over the death of someone you really love and trying to move on from that. Or, you never knew really move on from that, but you know what I'm saying. Get back to normal, the new normal. It can be hard, but what I said in my description was whenever I've gone through a hardship, whether it be homelessness or food insecurity or any of that stuff, loss. Um, it was always a learning lesson. I always came out stronger. I always came out more empathetic towards others, and I always came out more grateful. So, and those are all wins, no matter how tragic the situation was at the time and how difficult it was to overcome. Uh, always came out better for all of it. So, that's what I can say about new beginnings in my. Uh, oh no! All right, let's get going. Oh, because you got to cook dinner for your wife, right? Where are you cooking tonight? Ready to go. Sorry, get carried away. Number one, Today My Life Begins was released as a single on October 22nd, 2010. It appears on which artist's debut studio album, Doo Wop and Hooligans, but only on the deluxe edition. It was not released on the original edition. It was only on the deluxe edition of the album and not on the original studio album. Who did the song Today My Life Begins? And I had never heard this song that I could recall, um, because I don't go shopping too much in regular stores. So it's not one I'd heard. Usually, if I hear current pop music, it's at Goodwill or thrift store. Nope, not Wu Tang Clan. Good guess, though. Good guess. The answer is no, Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars, and I would say it's not. It's a good song, but in my opinion, it's not Bruno Mars-ish enough. You know, I do love me some Bruno Mars. Number two, Joe Jackson said, "This isn't a song of anger. It's a humorous song about women dating unattractive men." But that's never how I interpreted it. Yeah. See, I like these artists that are the new artists that have a throwback sound. You know, I like Bruno Mars. I like Lenny Kravitz. I like, uh, I liked, what's her name before she passed away? Um, the thin, the British girl, you know, before Adele. I forget her name. Amy Winehouse? Yeah, I liked her. That was so tragic, though. So tragic. I mean, it's just sad when people get involved in things that end up taking their lives, you know. That happened here to an artist that I really liked. His name was Sean Costello, and he was an amazing. His big inspiration was Howling Wolf, and he released his first CD at 16. And the last time I saw him play was at a band camp with a bunch of young kids. One of the kids, I think, is living in New Orleans now. I think he was going to law school, but he was also a like prodigy. He could play the guitar. The 16-year-old could play the guitar and just wail on it. He was amazing. Jordan Gonzalez is his name. But Sean Costello was an Atlanta guy, and he was amazing. He had played with a lot of famous people. He had won the blues competition, I believe, and he inspired a lot of young kids here. So it was tragic that, you know, he inspired a lot of young kids here, and then, you know, he was involved in that crap. Anyway, but the song would be "Is She Really Going Out with Him" by Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson's an interesting looking dude. He looks kind of elfin alien in his older age. Number three, which song is on the Equinox album by Styx and was released in 1976? It was about moving in together, living in sin. Chris and I lived in sin for a month before we got married. Lorelei, good for you, Brook Trout. That's one of my favorite albums by Styx. That album rocks. Equinox, and then Crystal Ball is my second favorite, but I think I like Equinox more. When they had Yaz Krulowski or whatever his name was. Hey, Mark, how's it going? I really enjoyed your performance on Camp Gme this weekend. That was awesome. That was awesome. Really enjoyed it. I'm glad you'll be around more, that your practice has date has changed. So is it set in stone now? Like no more Wednesdays for practice anymore? So Mark Kropka is a classically trained musician from Canada, but he's a rock and roller. He was classically trained, then he went into the family construction business, and now he's living the dream. Uh, okay, number 4, Green Grass and High Tides is which band's most popular hit from their self-titled debut album in 1975? This would be a Southern rock band. But I always think of this song more being a lot more country than Southern. So Mark, Paz was asking me when I started YouTube, and I can't even remember. Did I have my channel when we were doing when we met and you started doing the music trivia with us, or College of Rock Knowledge? Nope, not Marshall Tucker, not Bellamy Brothers. Green Grass and High Tides is which band's most popular hit from their self-titled debut album in 1975. Hello, Mrs. Hopkins. Wonderful to see you this evening. How are you doing? How's Mama B doing? How's Dan doing? How y'all doing? Not in the beginning. No, it was Outlaws. Outlaws. I did see them. Did I? No, I saw. It was ZZ Top. Blackfoot, I think, is who I saw. Ah, that always sucks. That always sucks, Mrs. H. Sorry to hear that. Get on all the portals. The medical portals are important. That's one thing I'm going to set Susanna Banana up with is her medical portal. So, number 5. Name the song by Diana Ross that's popular within the LGBTQ plus community. Aren't they all, though? They love Diana Ross. And lots of other people coming out during the Pride Month. Name the song by Diana Ross that's popular within the LGBTQ community. And lots of people do this during Pride Month. I'm coming out. Used to be like, drag that fur, honey. She's always dragging a fur. Good job. Oh, why didn't you get your mod back yet? I know. And then I get into the show and then I'm like, I keep forgetting to mod people up. Let me turn myself down. Mrs. H. Oh yeah, today's little icon for the video is courtesy of Mrs. Hopkins. I love that. All right. That is a moderator. Astounded. All right. I'm going to add him as a moderator too. Pause. You're there too. All right. That'll help. It's not that like I have a lot of people coming in and trolling me. I'm probably the least trolled channel on YouTube for some reason. I don't understand why, but that's the way it is. And the blue oyster. Oh, gosh. All right. Donna Summer, speaking of another queen, Donna Summer and her husband Bruce Sudano wrote which song that had originally been a number one hit for Dolly Parton in 1980, and then with Reba McEntire, her version reached the top 20. Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire both recorded this Donna Summer song. I don't think Donna Summer ever sang it. Yeah. Yeah, Donna Summer never did it. Only Dolly and Reba. Jolene. Nope. Good guess, though. And not Red Dress. Donna Summer and her husband Bruce Sudano wrote which song that had originally been a number one for Parton in 1980 and Reba McEntire being in the top 20. That would be Starting Over Again. Starting Over Again. Number 7. The music video was filmed live at Whiskey A Go-Go in October of 1989 during a warm-up gig for Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood tour, where the band was billed as the Foreskins. What a great name. Comedian Sam Kinison cameos as the limousine driver dropping the band off at the club in the music video. Now, the story is that this actually was kind of an event that happened to Nikki Sixx, and that's where kind of the title of the song came from. Heh, you should know it. I'm surprised you don't. Kickstarting my heart. That's right, Mrs. Hopkins. Now, what was interesting, I guess they said that he had OD'd and paramedics came and kickstarted his heart. But the true story is that one of his bandmates found him. Like, I think it was in public, like on a sidewalk or something. Like OD, and he pulled him and he took him in the shower, was throwing cold water on him, waiting for paramedics to come. So yeah, crazy, again, tragedy. Poor musicians. It's a rough life, but so many things worth being sober for. Number 8, the lyrics of which song reflect George Harrison's relief at the arrival of spring and the temporary respite he was experienced from the Beatles' business affairs. It was included on the Abbey Road album. I think it was one of the songs he appreciated of his the most. It's a short song. Very short song. But it is very, whenever I hear it, it's like all the clouds just kind of go away. There you go, Mark. Good job. Jimmy Cliff. Here we go. Number 9. Jimmy Cliff's 1993 cover of this Johnny Nash song for the Cool Runnings soundtrack became a U.S. top 20 hit for Jimmy Cliff. I never saw Cool Runnings. Yes, very good. Mrs. Hopkins on a roll. Mrs. Hopkins has 3. Brooke has 1. Mark has 1. Number 10, name the song on the soundtrack of the 2004 film Shrek 2, whose version featured new vocals from David Bowie. Oh, was he in that? See, I watched some of the later John Candy movies, like Stripes. Uh, he was in there a little bit. What other John Candy movie did I see? But I was a big Second City TV fan. In fact, I kind of liked Second City TV more than Saturday Night Live when they did the cast changes. You know, Mrs. Hopkins hitting it again. She comes in firing away on all cylinders. Have you had dinner yet, Mrs. Hopkins? Or did you just feed Mama B? I'm kind of going fast because Brooke doesn't have long with us because he has to go cooking. Yeah, he has to cook dinner as well. Number 11. Oh, okay. Number 11. Oh, pause and play Nola. Mrs. Hopkins' husband is in the bicycle industry. So, yeah. Number 11, released by Chicago Transit Authority, later known as Chicago, which track on their 1969 self-titled debut album didn't become a hit until it was re-released in 1971 as a single with Color My World on the B-side. Hike with Mike, how are you doing? Hey, you're a little tardy, sir. Do you have a note from your mother? It's raining red. Nope. And the reason they changed their name from Chicago Transit Authority to Chicago is because they got threatened to be sued by Chicago Transit Authority. Did you get out on a hike tonight? Annie, white cheddar shells and BLT. I love a good BLT. Now, pause and play Nolan knows how to make a. What was that? There was no ever L or T. It was pickles, cheese, and a pound of bacon bread. You literally put a pound of bacon on that sandwich, didn't you? Pause and play Nola. Yeah, I bet Mike. Doing all that outside maintenance. It's crazy. It's hard keeping up with the house. I've been doing baby steps. I did the back side. I still have a little bit of, because it's the north side of the house, I have a little mold I still have to get off the siding. But then I still have pollen and dust and everything on the front side that I got to get cleaned off. I haven't done that yet. Chris cleaned some of it off this last weekend, but he didn't get out there with the bleach and, spray everything down like I do. Cleaning the gutters, yes. I don't even know how we get stuff in our gutters. The wind really blows a lot of crap in our gutters because we're not very close to any trees. Yeah, they're predicting you won't get hit with any hurricanes this year, Mike, in the European model. So fingers crossed. You got that tropical storm down there off Texas. So it's probably getting sucked into Lulu's energy there. Like she's growing her channel like crazy. That's what's sucking that all that moisture and turbulence up. And then a knock on wood. Clean the gutters a lot. Stupid live oaks. Yeah. Yeah, we get live oak stuff here too. I don't get it. Right, Mike? I know. That's another reason I'm glad I'm not in Florida. Although Irma tore some siding off our house, but we're far enough north it isn't too bad. Augusta got hit really badly with that hurricane Mike, was it? Augusta got hit really badly. All right. So, released by Chicago Transit Authority, later known as Chicago, which track on their 69 self-titled album didn't become a hit till it was re-released. That would be Beginnings. Mark Kropka just said that. Thank you. He's repeating it like, go on, woman. Give me my point. All right, number 12. Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon began writing the song during his freshman year of college after a breakup, but he didn't finish it for almost 10 years. El Nino in English is the Nino. Also, the child. And that's also the name of, I believe it's also the name of a painting by Garcia. Let's see, is it El Nino, Jamie Garcia Banos in 1892, oil on canvas portrait painted by the renowned Spanish artist Joaquin Sorillo y Bastida. But that isn't who I was thinking about. I was thinking about the Mexican artist Garcia. Time for me to fly. Go on, Mark, with your bad self. Not the cursed baby painting that. Oh, what is this, Mrs. Hopkins and paranormal stuff? So tell me more about this baby painting. Time for Me to Fly by REO Speedwagon. All right, number 13, lucky 13, which song won the Grammy for Best Disco Recording in 1980 before the category was discontinued, thanks to Disco Duck? It's also a very popular LGBTQ plus song. Oh, happy Pride Month, everyone. Mainly in the UK. Yes, Hike with Mike. Way to go. Now, see, heavy metal. See, I think you have some deep down hidden love for disco, despite your love for heavy metal. That was a good song, though. That was a great song. And songs like I Will Survive and like those songs were so positive in my childhood when life was chaotic. Life was so chaotic. So many moves, so many places, so many questions, so much heartache, so much just craziness. But songs in the disco era just got me by. Yeah. I danced a lot to ABBA. Oh, yeah. One Way or Another Blonde. Oh, that's a good song, too. That's a good song, too. I like it. Number 14, It's My Life has many classic features, such as Richie Sambora's use of the talk box and a line in the second verse. Who is the artist who sang the song, It's My Life? Bon Jovi. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The disco demolition in Chicago. Oh no, Brooke. Say it ain't so. In Florida, that we had the teen club in Titusville. So I was dancing there on Friday night, and then there was a teen club in Cocoa Beach. So I was dancing there um, on Saturday nights when I could, when I had the energy. Yes, it was Bon Jovi. Uh, Not only that, but growing up in Florida for women in the disco era was tough, Mike. I would totally shower and do makeup and do my hair twice a day. It wasn't easy being a teen girl in the 70s. But I never had, they had the polyester like dance skirt and leotard thing. I never could afford one of those. But I did get to borrow my friend's one time. And I never owned a pair of candies. I only wore the cheap knockoff candies. And jelly shoes I couldn't do, not in Florida. Ugh. It was like sweaty feet. Ugh, nasty. Long John Bon Jovi. Don't forget Bon Jovi. He's celebrating liberty. Whose, I don't know, because we need more of it. Just like we need more. What do we need? More cowbell. Tough skins. Yeah, the sound of corduroy. You don't want to put a match down there. And leisure suits. Who can forget the leisure suits? and tuxedos with the frills, with the same color thread on the what do they call it? That stitch to keep the material from unraveling. Well, they got the serger stitch on the ruffles of the tuxedo that matched the baby blue color of your tux. Hey, actually, it's not corduroy, but twill. I saw this. There's an artist or a clothing designer I like from Florence, Alabama, named Billy Reed, and he just came out with a twill suit. The jacket's on sale for $294 right now, so go get it. Marked down from a modest 798. Oh yeah, Dickies and ascots. My brother wore ascots, the little scarf with the little ring. Oh, now parachute pants, that would have been more fun. Had parachute pants and jams, right? Did you live in jams as well, Mike? All right. Where are we? Number 15. This song is about the working class. According to Billy Joel, it's also known by a secondary title of Anthony's song. Name the song. Oh my. That's too funny, Mike. I'm moving out. No, 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 no. Yes. Very good, Mike. All right, where are we in scores? Mark 3, Mike 3, Mrs. Hopkins 4, and Brooke 1. Number 16, a track on White Snake's Saints and Sinners, Sinners album. David Coverdale wrote which song about the struggles of his first marriage? Marriage. I wrote Saints and Sinners instead of Sinners. Yeah, I still have every show we ever did with Bimbo Barbarella on my phone. And I have every trivia that I've ever done on my phone. So sometimes I go back and correct it in case I die. Like people won't be like, what the heck? Grew up in the same town as Billy Joel. Oh, wow. Very cool. That's why you had a good range then, probably, Mike. Here I go again. Nope, Mark. It's moving now. Anthony's song. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? Number 17. Which Al Green song was later covered by the band UB40 amongst other artists? I was surprised that to see that Michael Jackson covered this song. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I don't think I'd ever heard it. Nope, not what's going on. Not red, red wine. High tenor. Are you still a high tenor, Mike? I forget which band member it was, but was it the Stylistics? You know, about the falsetto. You know, the guy had so many voice issues later on in life. Oh, did I forget that one? Yes, sorry. Here I go again. Who got that one? Well, I just gave the answer away. I'm messing myself up. Thanks for keeping me straight, Mark. So yeah, White Snake, it was Here I Go Again. You know the one. And if Bimbo was here, she would have gone off on how awful that song was and how much she hated David Coverdale. That's the only musician that I really heard her kind of dog out, and I don't know what it was. Oh, you did get it. Thanks, Mark. I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. Tell you, I just woke up from a nap, so I'm half sleepy. That's why my hair looks like it does. It's still wet. Steve Perry. Yeah, he's on social media now. I guess he's on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel now. Or did I see him on Instagram? I'm not sure. I got you the point, Mark. I need to find some old photos. You do, Mike. And have you shown yourself without your beard? Yeah, they did have good vibes. All right. Number 17, we'll go back to that. Which Al Green song was later covered by the band UB40? I don't think anyone has mentioned that one. It's got a really good reggae kind of rock, because, it's got a reggae beat to it. I'd like to see some old photos of Kropka too. All right. Brook Trout. Red. No, it wasn't red, red wine. It is Here I Am. Here I am, man. Come and take me by the hand. Number 18, the stylistic song's popularity helped give rise to the Quiet Storm music style, known for its blend in emotional lyrics and sensual arrangements. Sadly, it fell short of being a number one hit because of Billy Don't Be a Hero. And how sad is that? That song beat out anything by the Stylistics? Really? Really? And that song was on the tail of all the hail that that uh, what's her name got? Our local diva, Jane Fonda. Right? That was a good song. It was good when Al Green did it, and it was good when UB40 did it as well. Yeah. Well, that's probably because I said reggae. So UB40 did a lot of reggae beat stuff. Number 18, the stylistic song's popularity helped give rise to the Quiet Storm music style, which I'd never heard of until I saw this, to be honest. It's known for its blend of emotional lyrics and sensual arrangements. Sadly, it fell short of being a number one because of Billy Don't Be a Hero. And that song got overplayed. I like reggae too. There used to be a good reggae club here in Atlanta that I'd go to every now and then in Buckhead. And then there was a really good band. I think their name was, what was their name? They used to play Melbourne, Florida on Saturdays at the Holiday Inn on the deck. And I would, was I 21? I probably was. I was over 18, definitely. And I would take my little brother who was, see, he just started kindergarten. I would take him and we would dance. He was my little buddy. I'd take him out to the concerts and stuff. I'd take him to surf competitions and all kinds of stuff with me. He was my buddy. No, Mark. It's oh yeah, you are right. Sorry, Mark. You make me feel brand new. I'm just like not firing on all cylinders right now. And number 19. This single from Double Fantasy album was the last release before John Lennon's death. Number 19. This single from his Double Fantasy album was the last release before John Lennon's death. Yeah, Suzanne's trying to get me to go down to Dunedin. I don't know. I don't know. Woman, no. Was that woman? Woman should be always woman. Yeah, I don't know. I want to take Susanna Banana over to Jupiter. We may do a couple days over in Jupiter. I don't know. I want to go to a bright, clear, clean beach. Something that's blue and clear. Mind games. Yeah, I've heard it enough in my life. Dad called your mom a woman. Starting over. Oh, very good, Mark. Oh, Mark has taken off on the lead. He's got 6. Mike's got 3. Mrs. Hopkins has 4. And Brooke has 1. I'll keep that in mind. I've been to what? Fred Read something. I want to go out there to Siesta Key sometime. Oh, Mrs. Hopkins got it first. Just, oh, sorry. All right. Y'all are tied then. Sorry about that, Mrs. H. Mrs. Hopkins has 5. Mark has 5. Mike has 3. And Brooke has 1. This is why I needed a whole team. Pause and play, Nola, if you're still here. This is why I needed a whole team to help me do my stuff. When I first started, it's hard, like keeping up with the chat, doing the thing, coming up with something to say in between. Is it? Huh. Interesting. I'm still a fan of Jupiter. I will always be a fan of Jupiter. Nothing beats those shells sounding like chimes as the waves come in and out. I could just sleep. And I'm not as sleepy. I'm not a person to ever sleep on a beach. I'm a walker. I'm a beach walker. I don't like just laying around. But yeah. Okay, pause. Just didn't know. Hadn't seen anything from you for a while. I like Saturn sometimes, sure. Oh, I took a good picture of uh, Eurasia Major, the other night. I kind of like this astrophotography feature on my phone. You're so funny, Brooke. All right, number 20. This song was a hit off of Boston's Don't Look Back album. This song was a hit off of Boston's Don't Look Back album. Nope. Good answer there, Mike. Hey, Brooke, you want to help me start dropping some links? Because we're getting close to the end, unless you know that answer. You can type that. Or if anyone, like, put your own links in. Y'all have moderation. Go ahead and drop your links in there, babes. Oh, Mike, I need to make Mike a moderator. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? All right, Mike, you're now moderator. Y'all drop your links. Mike's in Florida. He does hike stuff. Brook Trout's in Florida. He does plumbing. He does gardening, animals. Mrs. Hopkins, she's in Arizona. She does crafting, Dollar Tree, Mama Bee stuff, which is our favorite. Pause and play Noah. So he's new to our trivia, but I've been kind of checking him out for a bit now, and I really love his his stuff. I was telling him at the beginning, I always learn something from him on his lives. He's very interesting. He obviously has a very good heart, a big heart. He's very introspective. He's just interesting dude. And I've learned a lot about bicycle etiquette from him as a driver, not a rider. But I've also learned about bicycle etiquette as a rider from him. That's right. And Mark, of course, the resident music guru, classically trained musician, has a great channel. He actually, when Bimbo passed, pause, he wrote a song for Bimbo. It's beautiful too. Yeah, bikes in common, Mrs. Hopkins said. Definitely. Definitely. What's the furthest Dan has ever had to gone for like a bicycle repair, parts pickup, or whatever? Because I know you've been to California, you've been Is that why you went to Vegas recently? Was for with Dan for business? All right, number 20. This song was a hit off Boston's Don't Look Back album. Brooke Trout, no, I guess Mike got that. It was Don't Look Back. I like to add those silly questions in there. Don't Look Back. That's a good positive song, too. I love that one. Heck with Mike. So Mike's got 4, Mark has 5, Mrs. H has 5, and Brooke has 1. I can't believe Brooke. What happened tonight? Number 21, Matt Johnson from The said of which song, I always thought that a life was very different from the outside looking in and that the inside looking out. And it's very difficult to make judgments on people's lives. I agree with that. I agree with that. And it's interesting that I've found that as I've aged too, I can I can see where trauma a lot of times affects people in different ways, which, when I was younger, I never, thought about that. I was saying I'm not an introspective person. And in the beginning, I think it's because of my childhood, just like trying to survive and stay positive. And so even now, I'm just like, all right, this happened, get over it. Let's move on. So new beginnings for me is, I kind of embrace them at this point. More than a feeling on the first album. Yeah. It is on the Don't Look Back. The first album was Boston by Boston by Boston. Had the song Boston on the album Boston by the band Boston. Wasn't that their first album? Boston, Mass. Mass. Discography. What? Studio albums. First album was Boston. Second album, Don't Look Back. Third was Third Stage. Walk On, Corporate America 22. I don't think I've heard that one, Corporate America. And we never covered Boston on the Bimbo Barbarella College of Rock Knowledge show. And in 2013, they released Life, Love, and Hope. I hadn't heard that either. Maybe I need to go listen to some of that Boston discography. Yeah, I think that's true, Mike. Like I always said, my husband had a pretty stable childhood, but he wasn't spoiled either, but it was stable. And uh, I always say that if anything really tragic ever happened, I could probably handle it better than him. You know, I miss doing Bimbo's show a lot too. Suzanne and I have been talking about her a lot. Like that was one thing. If you needed Bimbo, she would be there, and if you needed her help with something, she would do it right. She wouldn't complain, and she'd work her butt off getting it done. And that was true. But now we're all like, how many years older? Uh, I don't know. Have you heard their other 2 albums, though, Mark? Because when we were doing the Bimbo show, I was shocked at some of the later albums by bands. And, I was never a Kiss fan, but I'd never heard that, what was it, the Elders, blah, 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 blah album. And I was impressed with that one. That had some like showed some musical talent on that. So Matt Johnson from the said of which song, I always thought that a life was very different from the outside looking in and that the inside looking out. And it's very difficult to make judgments on people's lives. Tom Schultz, the creator, is a genius, though. Yeah. Yeah. All right. The answer would be This Is the Day. This is the day. So that was the number 21. We have a tie between Mrs. H and Mark. Oh, my goodness. Mrs. H and Mark. Oh, Mrs. H, by the way, you know, you won this on one of the trivias, this little mini cowbell. I'm trying to get you another one because I got 2 of these for Bimbo, and then I went and got the little earring things so that she could have more cowbell all the time. And probably drive you nuts wearing them. But yeah, I'm trying to get you another one, then I'll mail it to you. How's that? I haven't mailed you a package in a while anyway. I was going to have more cowbell. Oh, yeah. But I have to go to like the other side of frickin' almost to halfway to Chattanooga to get this. It's only in one liquor store that I know. And it's a sample. It's a sample. So, but yeah, let's see. What did you win tonight? I don't know that I've given this away. Have I? I think, oh yeah, I did. I can't give something away that I've already given. Here we go. I don't think I've ever given these away. Here you go. You can, Mark, I know you're going to love this because you can dance to the Rubber Band Man in your underwear in the mirror. And since I know that's your favorite thing to do, you got it, babe. And for Mrs. Hopkins, I'll give you the more, I don't know, you can do a lot with this. You can tie Dan up. You could hold on to it and let Ma B try and pedal. Take off on the bicycle. What, you need one of these bands or you need the little cowbell? Oh my gosh. But now a friend of ours, he does is he a manager over there? But he works at a big liquor store, so we got to hook up. All I have to do is tell him I have figs and I can get him back over here. I'll tell him to put that on the list. So, because he's like, call me when you get the figs in. Oh no, Mrs. Hopkins. See, that's what I just went through with my shoulder stuff. And after my surgery, I'm still struggling. I mean, I've really got to pull it. And some days, if I'm out doing a lot of gardening and yard work, I can only get it like so far up. And then I have to like, there's a way if I take it here and swing it out, then I can go up. But it's muscle memory too. A lot of what I'm dealing with because I've been out of commission with that arm for so long. Which is why I'm having to do so much work on the house right now, is because I was out of commission. So I don't like to nag Chris, and I feel guilty like having him work. He mowed the lawn this weekend. I was shocked because he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to jump on the mower and get it mowed." I was like, "Okay, normally I'd do that, but you go for it." But But that is terrible, Mrs. Hopkins. See, Mark? The 80s generation make it to post middle age. I know, right? I'm like, when I think that I made it to 63, that I've at this point bought more than one house in my life, having been homeless and having, home ownership, is just an amazing feeling to me. And it's one of the reasons I have so much gratitude too. I don't feel that old either, Mike. You know, my body feels old. My body feels old, but yeah, my heart and my attitude, I think, is still young. So, yeah, I was telling Chris, I was dancing to some song. I don't know if I was singing it or playing it. And I was just kind of, when you go to the club and there's just somebody and they're just kind of dancing like this. I was like, now I know why that old man in the club always danced like that. It's because he had worn himself out in the disco era. I know, Mike, which is why I like doing the trivia to keep the mind sharp, right? I mean, oh my gosh, my spelling's getting atrocious. So I try and work on that because I become so dependent on just Google spell. But you don't even have to remember how to spell anymore. It drives me nuts. Oh, now there was a really good game. Uh, so if you've ever played, YouTube has games now called playables. And in one of the games, it's called, it's this one. It's called Brain Out. There it is. Played recently. Brain Out. That that game is hard because it's not just kind of like there are those YouTubers that do the lives and they're like, so many had 7 sons and 4 daughters. What were their parents' names? You know what I'm saying. Not exactly that, but in that kind of thing. But I got all the way to, I skipped this one. I couldn't figure out how to do this one. But it's like, okay, which one would you give up? If you had whatever was in one and whatever was in the other, which one would you give up? Now, what I can't figure out, I used a hint for this one because I couldn't get it to work and I can't figure it out. Oh, oh no, I thought I had it, but this is a really good game to get your mind going because you have to think outside the box. And it does have some of those, like the old lady has 7 sons, and each son have a sister. So how many children does the old lady have? That was pretty easy. Oh, thanks. I'm glad it got you back in a good mood too, Mike. But yeah, check out Brain Out if you want some brain exercises. Chris tried it and he got mad. He is like, I hate this game. It sucks. Because you really have to think outside the box. Did she live in a shoe? Yeah, You think back on those Mother Goose nursery rhymes and stuff. Oh my gosh. Those are so terrible. So abusive. All right, are we going to zoom in? It's going to mess up. Those are notes on my next on my next video if I ever get it. I started editing this video like 3 weeks ago and I still haven't finished it. I haven't even touched it since. Yeah, it was a stressful day. She did live in a shoe. Did she live in a shoe? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm trying to get a show together with Lulu at Feel Good Cooking and More. We were talking. I have an idea of something I think we want to do that might be a little silly, a little bit funny. I think we need a man on the panel though. And it's going to be a lot of yakking and talking, but I think the main theme is going to be things that we don't care about anymore that we're older. Like, ooh, I just noticed this onion has texture. Look at that. It has texture. It's also kind of see-through. A little bit translucent. Right? I'm just shocked that we're already almost in the third quarter. Can you believe that? In 2 weeks, we're going to be in the third quarter of the year. That's scary. That's terrifying to me. And why? I don't know. I haven't. Well, I think I've got a lot coming up. I got to go to New Jersey at some point. I've got Susanna Banana coming for I don't know however long she's going to stay. I've got to go to New Jersey like end of July. And then I had the month of August. And then September, we start our road trip out west. That's going to be crazy. I'm so excited. Even Susanna Banana, she's like, I'm getting so excited. And I got a list of, it was so funny because Google's so nosy and intervenes in all of our lives. I ran across this great article from Travel and Leisure on something like trails out west for senior citizens that aren't too far off the beaten path, something like that. So it's a list of like Zion National Park and where to go in the park to do a walk to see the coolest stuff. So I've got that list to work off of, which is good because having never been there, I don't know, kind of makes me nervous going to some of the parks and will I have to walk a lot or do this or do that? Now, Yosemite, we were there for about a week. So anything we wanted to do, we had time to do in the park. I was trying to explain to mother-in-law, I really don't care if my wedding dress makes people laugh or whatever. I like it. She still hasn't. Ah, what? Are you getting married? You're not married to Dan and you're getting married? Oh, I was a minister and I performed a wedding. And I'll show you. Let me show you. It was and I wrote the vows based on, a lot of their likes and dislikes. So it was a where is it? Canon. Key West, Ryan and Salem's wedding. Here we go. So this was my groom at the wedding. Let's see. Shah. This is the groom. He wore a purple tie and a Pac-Man jacket. All right. That is his thing. Did it pop up yet? And they were into like, it was kind of like a space themed wedding. So that was him in his little Pac-Man suit thing. And then this was his bride. Let me find her. She was so funny. She wore, and this was like, it's kind of hard to see in the picture. She wore like this, she wore this number. So she wore this, and this was like one of those that had like all the colors. Like it was super, super sparkly. And that's what she wore. But it was cute. And then she had a, oh, we got pictures. She had a black veil. So this is probably why none of their family was invited. She had a black veil and she looked cute. She looked super cute. But yeah, they just came with their friends and I did little food stuff for them, and then I married them and all this stuff. All this stuff. Yeah. So they had a cute wedding. Unfortunately, their marriage didn't last as long. But I think I also have their wedding stuff in this on my phone. Oh, I do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I kind of ended it. Well, the hands, the rings, blah. Oh, and since it was like space theme, right? And I had some stuff in the beginning too, but I ended it with Salem and Ryan. Oh, wait, that's when they exchanged rings. And now, by the power vested in me in the state of Georgia, is my honor and delight to declare you married earthlings. Go forth and live each day to the fullest and never alienate one another. Enjoy a love that is out of this world, and may the force be with you. You may seal this declaration with a kiss. That is how I ended the space wedding. But I did include more spacey stuff in the beginning too. So, yeah. It is good medicine. Yeah. Yeah. I would probably say I'm at peak happiness right now. Would you, Mike? Who else is at peak happiness? Anybody else in their 60s? I would think Kropka is at peak happiness. And don't forget to hit those thumbs up, please. If you're still here. But Mike, I don't know why, but your videos don't come into my algorithm. I need to go hunt you out. I know I've missed a lot. Because I like your little hikes. And it was nice hearing a little bit of less crunch in your step with all the rain you've been getting over there. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I would say I'm definitely at peak happiness. So, hmm although even getting here was kind of hard for Chris because I just started collecting Social Security, which having had home and money insecurities, I didn't want to do that, you know. But so he hooked us up with a financial advisor that was like, yes, you can do that. I was like, okay, I will then. Which I must say, it has come in handy. It's allowed me to finish some projects that I needed to get done and had been wanting to do. Oh, Mrs. Hopkins, I've worked more on the back guest room. I need to take pictures. Should I take pictures and post it? Remember that room I was doing with the termites? Like I kind of haven't done too much to it since I last posted anything there, but it's all come together. Like it's looking funky and weird. It has my weird design style in it. It really kind of looks very 30s, 40s, between the 20s and 40 era, which is kind of what I was going to. Hey, Dr. Turtle, good to see you. See, and I had country questions for you. How's your week going, Dr. Turtle? Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. When I see my stats and I see people watch me on the big TV, I'm like, oh gosh. Angela Critters told me she was watching my last garden video. She replayed it on the big TV, and I was like, it's fine for the garden. Was I even in the last? I don't even know if I showed my face in the last one. Oh, you're grading students. Good for you. I don't think we ever talked about what do you even teach? I don't know what classes you teach. I never even asked you that. I feel so weird. I mean, I know you're a college professor. You teach online, and that's it. Hike with Mike around Bell Rock, Sedona 7 months ago. I've never been to Sedona yet. I think I'm going to have to make a point of it when I'm on this road trip. Do you, Mrs. Hopkins? So, do I need to come and pick you up? We'll get somebody to watch Mama B, and then you and Susanna Banana and I will go to Sedona for a night. Sure. Can you get somebody to watch her? We'll plan something if you can get away. I know. I'm getting up at like 8, 9 o'clock these days. It's crazy. Even if I go to sleep late, because I was on the phone with Lulu at Feel Good Cooking and More until what time was it? It was like 2, almost 3 o'clock in the morning. We had been on the phone for like 7 hours, like we do. And I still got up at 8 o'clock the next morning. But Lulu and I, we're always so busy. I hadn't talked to her in like 2 weeks. So when we get on the phone, man, we're on a roll. And earlier in the day, I'd talked to Suzanne for I don't know how many hours. And we said bye probably 5, 6 times. And then we'd talk another half hour, then say bye and be another hour. So yesterday was my kind of, is it yesterday or day before? Monday, I think, was my kind of catch up with girlfriends day. to school a week ago to get to work. Oh no, Mike. That's awful. Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, I hadn't even looked. Like we have so much going on at well, the FIFA Cup is going on in Atlanta right now. So the air traffic is insane. I mean, it's always busy. You know, it's the world's busiest airport here in Atlanta. But then with FIFA Cup, I swear they have extra flights coming in. And there are a lot of like private jets, but I'm thinking that was part of the campaign election goings ons. I pay attention to that kind of stuff. So, yeah, so Atlanta is crazy busy. They had the jazz festival, but it rained all weekend. And that was Memorial Day weekend. They always had the jazz festival here. And I kind of really wanted to go because they had what's her name? Esperanza Spalding played the jazz festival this year. And that would have been good to see. So it's awesome and rewarding, but I get so tired. I can imagine, Mike. I can imagine these kids. I think today are a lot. we were, I'd say we were a lot more independent, but I think the kids today they need attention a lot. You know, what do you think on that? Do you think kids really crave attention more than what we did? I mean, I was kind of like the class clown, and oh, I told Lulu a story. Oh my God. I would do anything for a laugh or a surprise. I can still do that sometimes. It's clowny. So I have clowny in my life. Oh, and I said, somebody said that in the beginning, somebody said Clowney got arrested, but I haven't been able to confirm that. So it's only rumor right now. And I didn't see where anyone was offed. So I don't think he got arrested for anything. Because if there was any trouble, he'd be able to do away with anybody. But yeah, I don't know. So what do you think, Mike? Are you still there? Do you think kids crave attention more than they did when we were growing up? He stole the wrong person's underwear. That could be. That could be. But then I was wondering if they were talking about that time that Clowney got arrested by Patty Mayo. I don't know if y'all know who Patty Mayo is, but let's see. Hmm. Here we go. Broke clown wants to catch these hands. Share. Copy link. All right. Did you ever see that, Mrs. Hopkins? This is where Patty Mayo arrested Clowney. This is the only arrest of Clowney I know about. So, and it's been so long ago since I saw it that I can't even remember if it was over underwear or just him. I think it was just because he was causing a ruckus in a hotel room, is what I think it was. But yeah, that has Clowney's arrest there. Like I said, the only one I know about. And that was 3 years ago that arrest happened. I thought he was going to get arrested that day that he was mad because the liquor store wasn't open at 10 o'clock on the dot. You know how he is with his alcohol. So, yeah. But no, I still have a Clowney video pending. I just haven't had the time to edit it and put it out. So, story time with Aunt Jen. Oh, gosh. But anyway, there's the link. Enjoy. As quite a ruckus. There were women involved in this brawl. Clowney. He's a scoundrel. He's just a scoundrel. You know. And you can see in this video what he did. He just, he's despicable. Despicable character. He deserved to get arrested by Patty Mayo. So there's that. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, I'm surprised Clowney hadn't popped up in any of my lives lately. Somebody told me I should do ASMR. Because Angela Critter says she goes to sleep. Suzanne, was it Suzanne or Lulu that said my voice puts them to sleep, makes them tired, makes them restful? So I thought about maybe if I did ASMR, I did it incognito. But I don't know. I thought about doing an OnlyFans where that's pretty much what I did. Not ASMR, but just talk, and not get naked or anything. Because you can do anything on OnlyFans. It's not just, it's not just for wild things. But I asked Chris, I was like, so what'd you do would you think if I started an OnlyFans channel? He's like, hey, as long as you're making money. He's so funny. And YouTube got mad because I didn't monetize myself. So I've been stuck in YouTube limbo forever on my thing. As long as I get review-based terms, and I never went any further to apply for monetization. But I've been slacking so much that I don't even know that I qualify. Let's see, do I? 365 days. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm staying at around 41. But it's not, it's kind of stagnant. I think I went down to 40 something at one point. I thought I was going to crash below 4,000, but somehow I'm staying afloat. Same from Dan. That's too funny. Too funny. Oh my gosh. You've got your hands full though with Mama B. It's kind of hard to do anything else. I wish you'd do more YouTube though. Yeah. And I always love when you have Mama B doing something. It's so cute. So, Mike, what are you hiking this week? Do you have any plans? Susanna Banana's wanting to go to Dunedin. I'm wanting to go like I told her I would rather do the tubes up in Dunellen than the walking around Dunedin. So I don't know. Heck, when I was in Fort Myers, I didn't even go to the beach. I was not a beachy girl anymore. I mean, I went to the restaurants on the beach, but actually, I was on the riverside. Oh, yeah. I don't blame him, Mrs. Hopkins. I don't know. I just do the YouTube and Instagram. I don't even post like Mrs. Ooh, Kiersey. Who was it? So Hypertech and I are still Hypertech's more on Instagram than YouTube. So I'm over there with him. And then Ann Baker posted a video that the two of us like did on when I was down there in Florida and visited her. She posted that on her channel. And I follow some musicians and stuff on Instagram, but no, actresses, and musicians is kind of what I follow there. So you never know. You never know. He's frustrated. He can't go live. I suggested StreamYard or Restream. I don't know. Can you, if you still don't have the, don't you still have to have, he only has to have 50 subscribers, right? So what is he wanting to do on YouTube, Mrs. Hopkins? Because you only need, what, 50 people? Has he started a channel? If so, give me the name. I'll promo it. Let me know. Let me know. I'll put it out there. CB radio stuff. I'll promo that. Breaker 19. Got your 10100. This is Foxy Lady. Ah, jeez. Yeah, CB radio stuff. There are a lot of radio heads. Does he do ham as well as CB? Or is that all the same kind of now at this point? I mean, I've known some local ham operators. Because I did wireless, so they went from radio to radio. Oops. You're promoting your own channel. That's okay too. Give me Dan's. Put Dan's in there. We'll get Dan some promotion time. Because I can make a post too, like I did for Mark. Because Mark was over at Camp G Maze this weekend. It was CB and him and RC. Okay. Give me the link. Give me the link. Has he started it yet? Because he'll only need 50 subscribers. If we can get Mark to do it, I do it, you do it. Billy Reed. Billy Reed. His, like, Mm-hmm. I think you can stream with 50. Give me his link. Oh, there it is. Warlock. He should come up with a name that's more it's kind of more radio-ish. Let's see. Paste. Get in here. Okay. Subscribe. Scorpion Radios. Oh, okay. He has 61 videos. Does he hang out in any of the other radio communities? I would highly recommend he do that as well, especially if any go live. It's his handle. Oh, okay. Well, then that's smart. He did on Facebook, but many are trolls. Yeah. You just have to, like, Lulu and I laugh at trolls. I think more trolls you can, well, I don't get many, but when Lulu was starting, she got a lot of trolls. And we would just, I told her, don't let them ruffle your feathers. Just kind of be nice to them, you know? Or if she was live and a troll would come in and say something really nasty, I would be like, hey, don't be talking to my grandma like that. And they would get so embarrassed. So that's what you do. You just moderate for them and you just say, hey, don't be talking to my grandpa like that. And they won't know any different, but they'll stop. And we would have fun with them more than anything, Lulu and I. I don't think I ever blocked anybody on her channel. I was like, trolls are just, more interaction. YouTube likes that. Hmm. But you know me, I've hardly ever. It's so rare that I get a troll. Usually it's when the afternoons when I'm cooking something, and I'll get like one troll, and I kind of get excited because I like it. It's like, ooh, I got a troll. I just don't get them. I get some mean comments every now and then, but those are rare too. I just like, I don't know why. It's so weird. You had troll. Yeah, I haven't made it yet, apparently. Either that or I'm disarming somehow. So I don't know. But usually if somebody makes a comment, I kind of just laugh it off. It doesn't offend me. I know they don't know me personally. And they're just trying to get a reaction or whatever. But what gets me, I just don't want to get trapped by say happy birthday to so and so and it's some stupid name. Mike Hunt. And I tried to get a lot of trolls by doing the 6-7 video. I didn't get any trolls then. Oh gosh. Dr. Turtle. Dr. Turtle. I think he came and went. Oh man. Did he drop his link? I didn't even see that. Dr. Turtle. Oh, damn. Let me drop his link. And then I'm going to have to get Dan's. Oh, let me make a post while I'm here because I'll forget it if I don't do it now. So we got Dan, copy. I'm live, but I can go over here. Create post. All right. Into radio. They've arrested a bunch of people here for having drones at the FIFA Cup. They're crazy. I'm also going to put your handle up here, Mrs. Hopkins. I'm going to include you. Because people know who you are, and if they know it's Dan, then they'll go and subscribe. Paste. All right. Here we go. Post. Via ham CB or drone content. Is that what I need to put, Mrs. Hopkins? Hey, Angela, how are you doing? Porky's over the intercom. Oh, yeah. I believe it was. What's the t-shirt at Walmart now? Mrs. Hopkins, I missed what I said. Hey, Angela, how's it going? Did you just wake up from a nap? Because I did before the show. I raced and gobbled down dinner, jumped in the shower, and came on with wet hair. Oh, local trolls. Oh, the 60s, 70s, yeah. Yeah, I had no luck with that. I thought my little Christmas video where my neighbor had put up the big 6-7 little peppermint twist decoration for Christmas. I thought that would get me something, and then I added the 6-7 song to it. I didn't get many views on that. Angela, did you get? You're not getting any of this rain that we've been getting down here, have you? We've had some soakers lately. Yeah. It means nothing. It means nothing. It literally means nothing. I believe it was part of a maybe a South Park thing. Oh, it is. It actually became dictionary.com's word of the year. Wow. It's a nonsensical reply. General meaning is, while intentionally meaningless, some interpret the slang as the equivalent of so, or maybe this, or maybe that, or a way to express indifference. I guess that's what it evolved to, but it comes from a 2004 rap song, Doot Doot 6-7 by Skrilla. Gained widespread popularity on TikTok and Instagram when the song was paired with basketball highlights, particularly 6'7" NBA player LaMelo Ball. So there you go. LaMelo. Add an existing YouTube video. I can add one of Dan's videos here. I won't, though. I'll let people go discover. All right. So I posted Dan's website. So we are subscribing to Mrs. Hopkins' husband's website. It's on ham radio and stuff like that, but he wants to go live. I think it's now 50 to go live on YouTube. Yes, 50 subscribers, that's it, on a mobile device. But if you're between 13 and 17, you need at least 1,000 subscribers to go live. So don't lie on your age. Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll be there after my post. I don't know if he'll get 50, but he'll be close. But we can get people to subscribe here. Hopefully. I'll ask Chris to subscribe. If he subscribes to anybody. I'm not going to make him if he doesn't subscribe to anybody, but definitely check him out too. I'm surprised Dan didn't get into wireless engineering. He could probably get a job in that field. Being a technician on the cell sites. Basically, all that isn't bad. I mean, they also have drive testers for tower problems or people call and complain. They'll have drive testers go out and do phone calls and go out there with equipment and get data. But then the technicians, basically all they're doing, they're just, an alarm goes off, a technician gets dispatched, they see they got a bad circuit board, they put in a new circuit board in the box, and things go hunky-dory for the cellular customers again. Oh, thanks, everybody. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Martha, next time, remind me next week if I go live. I'm going to maybe be down in Florida next week for my live, but remind me and I'll do that again, and we'll get him to where he needs to be if he isn't by the time what's he at, 43? So I only need 7 more people. Maybe a couple more out of my 2,000, nearly 2,000 will subscribe. But no, that'll be good. But I would recommend that he get involved in other radio live chats and stuff like that. Because of how it migrates, how the algorithm works. So, because I think I get suggested things that my friends watch that I don't watch. I get recommendations based on that. So I know that's happened a few times. So yeah, but we'll work on getting him to where he needs to be. And I'll let Lulu know. Lulu's up to over there at Feel Good Cooking and More. I'll see if she'll put it out there. She's at 1.73 thousand subs. I thought she had more than that by now. But fried apple, bacon, and egg sandwiches. She makes the wildest combos. Chris said, what is she smoking before she's cooking? It's like nothing. But she said she did a video the other day where she stuffed chicken wings with banana and then she fried the chicken wings. And it got like 6,000 views. 6,000 views on that one video. Just crazy. All right. And here's her channel. She's the one that does the, Cheetos, flour tortillas, homemade. She does bacon tortillas. Somebody said, just made the suggestion, what about bacon tortillas? And she made them. You're watching that? You didn't get the banana stuff? Did she just fry the wings or did she? No, because she was talking about she pulled the bones out and some that she could. But on some of the chicken, oh, are you talking about the fried chicken wings or the fried chicken where she did the strawberry banana fried chicken? Oh no, she crushes Cheetos or what is it? Cheetos? She crushes Cheetos. I think it was Cheetos and she puts that in the flour to make the tortillas. Let's see, where is she videos? That was a live though. A lot of her stuff is live. She just did a grape jelly cookie pie, Mexican chorizo casserole. She did a no bake cookie pie. She said her kids came over and they insisted that she make her pies before they left because they liked whatever she made so well. So she ended up making her kids 2 pies to go. Chicken banana wings. That was 4 days ago. Chicken rolled meatloaf and a tortilla dessert. That one got 1,000 views. Her chicken banana wings only got 1.7 thousand views. Uh, Tamales. She spelled that wrong. I need to go tell her to fix that. Double dipped breakfast tacos. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen that one. Her spicy chicken balls between buns. Uh, strawberry banana pudding cake. Deep fried pocket burgers. Deep fried fruity pickles. Double fried barbecue tacos. She always does some funky stuff. Fluffy fried cake patties. Stuffed pork noodle wraps. That one has 7.5 thousand views. Her fluffy fried cake patties has 6.9. She always does some wild stuff. I don't know what I'm going to have her cook for me when I get there. Your Cheetos. Oh, yeah, you never know what Lulu's going to cook, but it always looks good. Always looks good. But yeah. So let me know, Mrs. Hopkins, if you can get somebody in September. We'll plan on doing this Sedona thing. It'd be fun to do with you and Susanna Banana. Uh, let's see. We may not stay there overnight though. We may stay in like Flagstaff because it's close enough and it's going to be cheaper. And you know me, I'm cheap. I don't know. We might get a cabin though. We'll see what we get. So where I'm looking at the map now. You are. So we'd have to backtrack. We'd have to pick you up and backtrack up to Sedona. We can do that. I have a cousin I've never met. Like she's a second cousin. She was my dad's first cousin. And she's in Phoenix. She's a musician around there. I wouldn't mind seeing her, or she was a musician. I don't know if she's still doing that, but I know mm, up until a few years ago, she was still a musician. She was still performing it, here and there. And I know she's nearly 70, I would think. Because I know she said she had a crush on my dad. It was so funny. We all of us girls had crushes on our cousins. I didn't have a crush on my immediate cousin. I had a crush on my cousin who was 20 years older than me. He was so cute. I remember when he got married, I was so disappointed. I was 10. I think he was 19. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, Angela, are you cooking anything good coming up? You're always cooking something good. Do you have anything planned? I know there's something you just came out with that I haven't watched yet. What's a southern thing? Southern thing. YouTube wants me to do a research thing. I don't know if I want to commit right now to anything. Oh, the cousin? Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm a Yankee by birth, so. And I think they were all Yankee born. 'Cause my uncle was World War II, but he was from the North. He was born in the North, but his son, I think, was also born in the North, or maybe born in. But he lived. They lived in Lakeland. So when we moved down to Florida, we already had family down there. But yeah, I saw him a few times. He had a motorcycle. And then he joined the Marines, or was he Navy? He joined the Navy. And he was stationed down in Cuba for a long time. So I didn't see him again until, oh my gosh, I think I was 50 the next time I saw him. Oh, wow, that's impressive. Very impressive. So he must be doing classical music stuff. Oh, flood watch just issued. A real flood watch. Oh no. It's going to start raining when? Never started raining today. I think they're just messing with me. All right. Well, it's 10:30. I've been on here long enough. But yeah. Let me know, Martha, because I know you got a lot going on, with Dan and everything. I'm getting hot too in here. And I don't want to run the fan. But yeah, let me know and we'll just kind of play it by ear. We have some months to plan it. So, and if it's only an overnight, because I know you can't be gone that long. And if your daughter would do that, that would be so awesome. Oh no, Mrs. Hopkins. I was saying I don't dream. If I do dream, I have to be like wake up in the midst of the dream, but even then sometimes I forget it. But mostly I don't dream at all, or I don't remember my dreams. I don't know which it is. Whew, it's really getting hot in here. I'm gonna have to get a fan. I'm gonna have to get a hand fan to, what's that? Where them fans at? I'm gonna have to get my fans, start doing the where my fans at, where the fans at dance. A few weeks ago. Yeah, I just, it's rare. Maybe once every 3 years, I might recall a snippet of a dream. And that's about it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe I need counseling. Maybe I need therapy. All right. Now that I'm starting to sweat here. Ooh. In this sauna, Georgia got hot because it rained and it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. Lulu, thanks for your support. She must be watching. You little sneaky woman. Lulu tells me, she's like, yeah, I watch your show a lot, but I just don't go on there. Susanna Banana does too. Brooke says, hi, Lulu. She's so funny. She cracks me up. What were we talking about the other day? So we were talking about Dots pretzels. We were talking about, I don't know, we were talking about making a candy with a bunch of crap in it and stuff. And she brought up Dots pretzels. And I was talking about how I think they got their start at Ace Hardware because that's the only place I ever buy them is when I go to Ace. And because they're staring at me. But I went up to Ace a couple of weeks ago and they had the buffalo flavored pretzels. They were pretty good. My first bite, I was like, ooh, because the blue cheese edge of it, the cheesy. Mrs. Hopkins says, hi, Lulu. She has a banana. And so we were talking about dots and we were talking about, and then Lulu goes, yeah, I heard they were like made by a woman and, and it was a woman made product and she started the business. And I'm like, and maybe her name was like Dots. See, and when she does that to me, I don't know if she's pulling my leg. If she's not, she's an amazing, like, Gracie to my, well, I'm no George Burns, but we just, she cracks me up. She has the funniest dang stories. I know, with all this rain coming about. It isn't even monsoon season in Arizona. Let's see, Yuma, Arizona weather. Ooh, 103, 108. Oh, you're going to be 111 on Wednesday. Next week, they're predicting 111. Right now, it's 101. Oh, my goodness. Angela says, hi, Lulu. Oh, there you are. So were you pulling my leg on the dots thing, Lulu, or were you
El Nino, yeah. If it can come on the 19th, there's a contest to win 500. That's crazy. Ooh, you guessed for Dan's birthday. That would be cool. Oh yeah, you're always messing with me. That's why I miss Feel Good Cooking more. She has a warped, kind of crazy sense of humor. That's why I like her. And you wouldn't think it from looking at her, but once you get to know her, yeah, keep an eye on her. Well, I hope you win. When's Dan's birthday? Happy birthday, Dan. May you have no more pants blowouts. Oh, the 19th. Ah, very cool. 2 days away. Mm. Yeah, Lulu cracks me up. So you did put banana in those chicken wings, right, Lulu? It was so funny. I was watching her talk about how she like had to because they were wings. She couldn't get the bones out of this one wing, so she kind of like spread the bones and stuffed the stuffed the banana down there. I was cracking up when she was explaining it. I came from when I used to dance. See, she, yeah, but Lulu, it was a fishing pole. It doesn't count. See, she's a mess. Fishing poles don't count, Lulu. I could just see Lulu doing an OnlyFans with a fishing pole. Pole dancer Lulu. Guys coming in. The visuals. Oh gosh. Well, when you crack me up, you're so dang funny. Uh, well, Lulu, what time are you going live tonight? 2 a.m. Uh, yeah, we were talking about OnlyFans earlier, Angela. Dan and Chris said he didn't care if we do OnlyFans as long as we're making money. 1 a.m. All right. There you go. What you cooking? Are you cooking anything at 1? I have some chicken I need to cook. Maybe I should cook that tonight before I go to bed. We can start together in Sedona. Yeah. There you go. No, not till Friday. Oh. I'm gonna go visit Old Humble. That should be fun. I like Joe. I wouldn't mind taking him and his wife out to dinner. And then do a tour of the distillery and try his new stuff. But I can't drive. That's the problem. Suzanne can drive, maybe. I need to check on my insurance before we do that road trip because I don't know if I can let anyone else drive because of my special coverage of like an umbrella policy. So it's so stupid crazy. If I rent a car, I have to have like something stupid like $300,000 worth of liability on it, which means our rental car is cost ridiculous amounts of money. But because I don't know what the rental cars are, I think they're only insured for like basically the price of the car. You may get like $100,000 coverage liability. I don't know what the basic is. It's been a while since I've rented a car, but yeah. And then they always look at me when I say I need to tack on more insurance, and they're always like, "Why? You paid with a credit card. Your credit card has some insurance coverage." It's like, no, I need more. So yeah, I get to train insurance people or train car rental people on their insurance stuff. I'm beat, and I don't know why, because that nap was so good. I got up at 8. I finished trivia, went out, picked blueberries. I got 3 pounds of blueberries again today. Every time we go out there every other day, and every time we're averaging 3 pounds at a time. The biggest harvest we had was 6 pounds. But I'm going to be up to my eyeballs. And then once I go out there, Chris went blackberry picking. So I'll have blackberries out there to deal with once I'm done. So I'll need to wash those tonight and get them bagged up for the freezer. But yeah. All right, kiddos. Well, I'm going to call it a night for the last time. It's kind of like being on the phone with Lulu. We always say we're going to go and we never go. Me and Lulu and me and Susanna Banana. And it has nothing to do with me. It's those other people. I promise. I promise. All right. So y'all be good. Have a great week. And remember, new beginnings don't have to be a negative thing. It can be a positive thing. So, and happy Pride Month to everyone. So, yeah. So I love y'all very much, and we will see you later. Have a good one. Bye.